A technical skills hiring assessment test is designed to evaluate candidates' expertise and knowledge in a specific field or discipline. This test typically includes questions, tasks, or challenges related to the technical skills and competencies required for the job. Technical skills assessment test assesses candidates' ability to apply their technical knowledge, solve problems, and demonstrate proficiencies in the areas such as programming, engineering, IT, or other specialized domain. Most of the time, in addition to technical skills, assessment test contains various cognitive and soft skill questions to better understand candidates' communication, analytical skills, and their ability to interpret the information. The result of the technical skill test helps employers identify the most qualified candidates for the technical roles. In this video, we will walk through real sample questions step by step, so you will not only know what to expect, but also learn how to tackle each part with confidence. I'll share with you the correct answers, detailed explanation, and helpful strategies to boost your chances of passing the test. The questions appear in random order, so I recommend watching the entire video to get the most practice and insight. Before we begin, let me introduce myself. My name is Vadim Michalenko. I hold an MBA and master's degree in computer science. I have worked in the information technology field for over 20 years, and I've spent more than 15 years teaching people how to succeed in their careers. I created online training for everyone and the website howtoanalyzedata.net to help people like you pass interview and assessment test and get you hired for your dream job. If you're short on time and need to prepare quickly for a pre-employment exam, check out the premium practice materials linked in the description and comments below. Many people successfully pass their tests after using videos like this. Hopefully, it will help you too. Before we jump in, make sure to click subscribe and stay updated on the latest questions. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. If you have any questions, drop them in comments. I reply to every message. And now, let's go ahead and get started. Here's the cool question for you. Which of the following movement sequences will return a shape to its original orientation? Did you get to the right answer? Reflecting a shape twice over the same line cancels the transformation. In fact, it's the only option that's put the shape right back where it began, perfectly aligned. The correct answer here is choice B, reflect twice over the same line. A sheet of paper is folded in half 3 times. Then one hole is punched through all the layers. How many holes will appear when it's fully unfolded? Each fold doubles the layer. Picture the folds. 1 becomes 2 after the first fold. 2 becomes 4. Can you guess what 4 becomes? Now imagine hole punching through every layer. 1 punch equals 8 visible holes when unfolded, and the correct answer is choice D, 8. You're given an abstract square design with 1 section removed. Your goal? Figure out which one of the 4 options completes the image perfectly. Here's how we're gonna solve it. Examine the shapes closely. Which option matches the angles, lines, and positioning of the missing part? If you have selected option C, you're absolutely right. It's the only shape where every angle and line matches perfectly. It's time for a quick visual logic challenge. Can you spot the sequence that breaks the pattern? Here's the rule. Every time you see a dark shape, the one after must be light. Simple, right? Look closely through each sequence. A and B follow the rule. D ends with the dark shape, no problem. But C starts with the dark shape and then another dark shape. That is the rule breaker. That's why C is the correct answer. 2 dark shapes in a row? Can't have that. Keep it light after dark. Here's a quick puzzle built on basic fractions. But don't let its simplicity fool you. You're looking at 4 pie charts. Each one is divided into equal parts, and each has some sections shaded in. The question is, which one shows the fraction 5/8? Here's what you can do to solve it correctly. Take a close look. Count the total slices. Then count how many are shaded. Which circle shows exactly 5 out of 8 parts? If you have selected option A, well done. Let's break it down. The circle has 8 equal parts. 5 of them are shaded. That's exactly what 5/8 means. Simple, clean, and precise. Take a close look at these 3 connected gears. If the bottom left gear, the largest one, rotates clockwise, what is the direction of the top gear, the smallest one? Each gear flips the motion of the one before it. So clockwise, counterclockwise, and clockwise again. The correct answer is choice A, clockwise. Which container, always the same total volume, will overflow the fastest if water is poured into each one at the same rate? Take a close look at all the containers. In 3 of them, water will fill gradually. But in one container, the hole causes it to leak halfway through the fill, making it the first one to overflow in function, not in the form. So the correct answer here is choice C, a container with the hole halfway up the side. You're looking at the flat shapes that could become something 3D. Only one of these blueprints can be folded into a classic pyramid. Can you spot it? Focus on the base shape and the triangles. Which layout would let you fold 4 triangles upward around the square? If you have selected option A, you nailed it. Why? This is the perfect square in the center and the triangle on each side. Just what's needed to fold a proper pyramid. 4 identical vessels, each containing a different amount of liquid, are all heated to the same temperature. In which vessel will the liquid cool the fastest? To answer this question, apply the principle of heat loss per unit volume. Liquids with less volume cool faster because they have less thermal mass and greater surface to area volume ratio. Since vessel D has the least amount of liquid, it will lose heat the fastest, making it cool down the quickest. So the correct answer here is choice D. Stack up your brain power. Here's the visual riddle. How many blocks will be in the force figure? Watch closely. Each shape grows by adding a new row. First has 1 block, then 2 more, then 3 more. What's next? Yep, 4 blocks added to the pile. So the total is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals 10 blocks. And the correct answer here is choice D, 10. It's all about building layer by layer. Admit it or not, but genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. And this is not my quote, this is famously remarked by Thomas Edison. So let's put in the hard work and dedication required to excel in this assessment, knowing that consistent effort leads to greatness. You're presented with 3 shapes. Each shape has smiley face, arrow, and then hexagon. The 4th shape is missing. You need to determine which one to select, and select the 4th shape out of 4 possible choices. Choices A, B, C, and D. This question may seem daunting at first, but I know you have the skills and creativity to tackle it. Trust your abilities and let's explore all the possible solutions together. Let's tackle it as a team. Are you prepared to showcase your response? The way to solve these types of problems is to look at 3 original shapes and determine the pattern. The pattern exists for every shape inside the matrix. For example, if you look closely, you will see that arrow rotates counterclockwise. This is probably the easiest pattern to determine. But hey, there are 2 other patterns because there are 2 other shapes. For example, smiley face moves from corner to corner clockwise. And then hexagon rotates alongside the edges counterclockwise and also changes the fill from gray to white. With that in mind, let's determine the final shape. Based on our logic, the arrow should be pointing at 6 o'clock. The hexagon should have white fill and should be in the upper right corner. and smiley face should be on the opposite side of hexagon in the bottom left corner. So the correct answer here is choice A. You're presented with 3 cool looking shapes. Let's call them combo circles. Each shape has 3 digits inside. The first shape has numbers 5, 12, and 39. The second shape has numbers 6, 14, and 45. And then the third shape only has 2 numbers, 7 and 16. And you need to calculate the third missing number and select the answer out of 4 possible choices. Choice A, 48, choice B, 49, choice C, 51, and last but not least, choice D, 52. The answer is one of the choices on the screen. I just gave you 4 possibilities. You need to challenge yourself to figure it out rather than guessing, which only gives you 25% of being correct. Time's up. Are you ready to show your answer? I hope you found your solution. So let's compare our answers. You need to start with initial number at 12 o'clock, multiplied by the increment, and then add the result to the increment. What makes it a little tricky is that for the second calculation, increment is also increased by 1. Let's look at the example. To get from 5 to 12, you need to multiply 5 and 2 and then add 2, and the result is 12. Now, the next increment is 3. 12 multiplied by 3 plus 3 equals 39. Now, let's look at the second shape to confirm the pattern. 6 multiplied by 2 plus 2 equals 14. 14 multiplied by 3 plus 3 equals 45. And now is the magic time to calculate the missing number. 7 multiplied by 2 plus 2 equals 16. And 16 multiplied by 3 plus 3 equals 51. So the correct answer here is choice C, 51. Answering this question is like figuring out why your friend always cancels plans at the last minute. It's a little tricky, but once you understand their personality, everything makes sense. Stick with it, and you will crack the code soon. You're presented with the simple question: which of the following is the synonym for calm? And your choices for the answers are choice A, relaxed, choice B, stressed, choice C, furious, and choice D, anxious. The answer may not be as simple as you think. Take a little time to carefully think through the problem, and I will guide you through the process with simple hints to help you get to the right answer. Ready, set, go. Time's up. Do you have your answer ready? I bet you are, but just in case, let's look at the answer together. To understand human emotional states, let's build a scale. On the one side of the scale, we will have states like calm and relaxed, and on the other side of the scale, we will have states like stressed, furious, and anxious. Let's start by looking at not so happy states. Anxious represents feeling worried and uneasy, but not overwhelmingly intense. Stressed, on the other hand, represents experiencing pressure, tension, or mental strain, stronger than anxious. And furious represents intense anger with extreme emotional state far beyond stressed. So if we build a scale of not so happy states, anxious would be the lowest, stressed would be in the middle, and furious would be the highest. Now, as we've learned about not so happy states, let's learn about happy states, calm and relaxed. Do you know what the definitions are? Why don't we do this? Why don't you put the answers in comments and I'll validate them to give you credit for the correct answers. But for the benefit of this question, we have enough information to conclude what the right answer is. Because both calm and relaxed represent happy states, the correct answer here is choice A, relaxed. Let's test your critical thinking with this fun and practical question. A flight departing from New York at 10 a.m. is scheduled to take 6 hours and 45 minutes to reach Los Angeles. The destination is in time zone 3 hours behind New York. However, due to strong headwinds, the flight will be delayed by additional 30 minutes. What will the local time be upon arrival in Los Angeles? And you have 4 answers to choose from. Choice A, 12:15 p.m., Choice B, 1:15 p.m., Choice C, 2:15 p.m., and Choice D, 2:45 p.m. Just like in a live exam, stay focused and log in your response before timer is up. And once you're ready, we'll reconnect on the other side to review it together. Let's go ahead and get started. Time's up. Are you ready? The solution is clear once you see it, but it takes some thought to get there. Let's dive in. To solve this challenge, let's calculate the original arrival time. If departure is 10 a.m. and flight duration is 6 hours and 45 minutes, 10 a.m. plus 6 hours and 45 minutes would be equal 4:45 p.m. in New York time. But in the original question, we've learned that the destination is in time zone 3 hours behind New York. Let's look in the map. Continental United States has 4 time zones: Eastern, Central, Mountain, and Pacific. New York City is located in Eastern time zone, and Los Angeles is located in Pacific time zone. And we need to account for this time difference. Los Angeles is 3 hours behind. 4 hours and 45 p.m. minus 3 equals 1 hour and 45 p.m. And in step 3 of calculations, we need to account for the delay. Let's add the 30-minute delay to account for headwinds. 1:45 p.m. plus 30 minutes equals 2:15 p.m. So the correct answer here is choice C, 2:15 p.m. You need to identify the terms which are not associated with information technology. There are 7 terms here: cache, grommet, codec, solenoid, palette, kernel, and phishing. And you have 4 choices that represent variations of these terms. Choices A, B, C, and D. Steady your mind, trust in your abilities, and let your determination guide you through. I have full confidence that you can do it. Time's up. Are you ready to show your answer? Let's start solving this question by eliminating terms that definitely sound like IT terms. Number 1, cache. Number 3, codec. Number 6, kernel. And number 7, phishing. 3 remaining terms are kinda questionable. Let's look at palette first. Palette is probably the most confusing term. It can be confused with palette, which is the range of colors or graphical software term. But in fact, palette is a flat transport structure which is not an IT concept. What's interesting is that solenoid is also not an IT concept. It's a cylindrical coil of wire acting as a magnet when carrying electrical current used in mechanical applications. And grommet is a ring or edge strip inserted into the hole through thin material, typically used in textiles. So, as you figured, grommet also has nothing to do with information technology. If you read the original question carefully, you will see that we need to identify terms not related to IT. So the choices not related to IT are grommet, solenoid, and palette. And the correct answer here is choice B, 2, 4, and 5. You're presented with 3 cool-looking shapes. Each shape, let's call it a rough diamond, has 5 numbers inside. The first shape has numbers 28, 23, 13, 67, and then number 49 in the middle. The second shape has numbers 77, 6, 14, 93, and then number 8 in the middle. And then comes the third shape, third rough diamond. It has numbers 34, 41, 10, 45, and then comes the missing number, which you can actually calculate, and once calculated, you can select it out of 4 possible choices. Choice A, 44, choice B, 42, choice C, 60, and last but not least, choice D, 38. Here's a hint to boost your confidence and help you achieve mastery. Take a close look at the numbers in the first diamond, our rough diamond. First of all, we have 5 numbers, and it's easy to understand that 4 numbers are being used to calculate the 5th number. It is probably a safe assumption to make that the numbers around middle number calculate the actual middle number. Now, if we continue our logical thinking process, you might assume that the numbers on the top 28 and number 13 at the bottom will be used in some sort of calculation, maybe addition. And then horizontally located numbers 67 and 23 could possibly also be used in the calculations, right? Maybe also addition. And then there are results of those additions, and maybe there is something you need to do with those results. How does that sound? I know you've got it now. Take a little time and solve this question on your own to find the answer. And remember, it's perfectly okay to pause this video and think about the problem on your own. Time's up. Are you ready with your answer? Remember the hint I gave you? With that hint, you could probably determine the pattern. And the pattern here is that the numbers on the opposite sides are added, and then 2 results are subtracted. Let's look at the example. 28 plus 13 equals 41, and 67 plus 23 equals 90. 90 minus 41 equals 49, and that's exactly the number in the middle. Let's look at the second rough diamond and validate our pattern. 77 plus 14 equals 91. 93 plus 6 equals 99. 99 minus 91 equals 8. And now is this moment that you've been waiting for. Now it's the magic time to calculate the missing number. 34 plus 10 equals 44. 45 plus 41 equals 86. And 86 minus 44 equals 42. So the correct answer here is choice B, 42. But wait, are you ready to practice your skills? Try this question to see how you would do. A technical issue is reported on flight 008 en route from Toronto to Ottawa. The flight is currently 50 kilometers from Kingston and 110 kilometers from Ottawa. Weather is clear in both airports, and Kingston is equipped to handle emergency landings. What is the best decision for the flight crew? Your choices for the answers are: choice A, divert to Kingston; choice B, continue to Ottawa; choice C, descend to a lower altitude; and choice D, wait for further instructions. Once you're confident with your answer, share it in comments and I'll provide my feedback. Best of luck with this exciting challenge. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you for helping us to become one of the largest YouTube channels to help people become smarter, increase your IQ, and to pass any test. If the content of this video was helpful, please make sure to click the like button to help YouTube algorithm promote this video and help other people to find it faster. Giving us a like is also a way for you to tell us that you need more content like this, and when you tell us, we will deliver it for you in the future. For links to free and premium resources, please check the description and comments of this video. You can also go directly to our website, howtoanalyzedata.net, to download the materials related to this topic. I really appreciate your endorsement, support, and patronage of this channel. And thank you for considering to become a member and considering to subscribe. Please leave feedback, suggestions, or corrections in comments. And all the best on your journey. I'll see you in my next video.